All right, guys, another episode of In the Basin. I am here with Ryan and Craig, the owners of Marine Customs. We talk about local business and what we do here, and kind of spotlight some of the local businesses. Like I had Roswell and stuff on, and these guys are based out. Is that Suntree or Melbourne, or what is that considered?
It's Melbourne.
It's Melbourne, yeah.
Kind of up by Pineda and Wickham.
Just south of Pineda.
Yeah. Right behind the brand new Sprouts.
Right behind the brand. Okay, perfect. That
Yep.
get all of the
Or EOS.
Yes.
That lot's always full.
EOS Fitness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to bring them on because I've even started catching on. I saw them comment on something on Facebook the other day. They're doing even more than I know, and I know these guys. Like, there's sometimes we talk, sometimes several times a day.
Yep.
So I know about the marine flooring thing, and you guys are OEM to several of the big dog guys for that kind of stuff.
Yep. A lot of brands people know.
Then we'll go into that, and then the black, the Lexan, the what do you call it? Is it
The acrylic.
acrylic dashes?
Yep.
So if they want the custom dash or they're updating their electronic stuff on those lines. The big one now, Seakeeper Ride. Everyone loves the Seakeeper Ride. They
awesome.
just had a big old Pursuit hauled out here. You're putting the 4 cents. How'd that whole thing do on the sea trial back?
Sea trial was great.
Perfect.
Yeah, customers extremely happy.
Perfect.
When we launched here, we ran all the way down to Port St. Lucie, which is where the customer actually came up from.
Awesome.
So that went exceptionally well. So there hasn't been a single situation of buyer's remorse
With
a
Seakeeper
customer
Ride.
purchasing Seakeeper Ride.
Which is
amazing.
Impressive. With that stuff's not exactly cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is. You told me to order the one boat with it so I could try it, and it is a game changer. Like, it really is a big game changer on the water.
It is truly better than advertised.
That's why, and that's crazy. That's crazy. So what else? Like, we'll get into the flooring stuff because I know some people love it, some people hate it. What else? What is the other stuff you guys do? Because like I said, we're talking about. Did I see an electronics thing? Is that a thing you guys are venturing into now?
Yeah. So for years, when Ryan and I started Marine Customs, the core of the business has always been marine decking.
Yep.
And we've gone through a few different brands of decking. We still represent the UDEC brand and the Marine Mat brand.
Yep.
But we've also pivoted over the years, and there's a huge push, especially this year, with at marketing the acrylic stuff.
Yep.
Not just acrylic dash panels, but acrylic switch panels as well, right? And then also
Live well lids.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You
anything,
just got to call about a door here. So
Yep.
wind blew a door shut. It broke a door.
yeah,
You're
so
going to be doing a door.
cutting that.
Yeah.
So anything from acrylic to starboard, we can cut it on our CNC. We have a 4x8 CNC. Which I
And
think-
real quick, 'cause I think that's going to be a big thing because as things move and change, and boats have gotten more expensive, I have to own that in the sales world. The idea of updating and making the old boat new again grows. That's another market. So this is something like if you're going to update your electronics, it's a lot easier than fixing fiberglass on a dash to put that nice, beautiful acrylic paint over it.
Exactly. So that's been the tie-in for us. So we're doing a heavy push. We've been an electronics dealer for 8 years,
Okay.
but we haven't marketed it, and
Gotcha.
we've pretty much cherry-picked the jobs that we wanted to get involved with. That's changing for us.
Okay.
Because there's more of a demand for the customers that we've developed relationships with over the years that want us to do more for them, not just the decking kit, but not just a Seakeeper Ride, but or not just an acrylic panel. They want to also refresh the electronics. So from stereo systems to chart plotters to trolling motors, you name it, we can do it in-house.
I dig that. And
So
we say in-house, I think one of the most impressive things about you guys is your facility. I mean, when my boat got the flooring stuff done, it's indoors. Like, I want people to understand, like, once again, we're talking, my boat's my baby. Like, I pour a lot. Everyone out there that owns a boat, they pour a lot of money in these things. So to be able to see it go inside the building, you don't have to worry about it being in some yard somewhere or something. It's indoors. The door's closed. You're able to work on the boat. You're able to do it in a clean environment, which I think, especially with the flooring thing, is a big deal because you don't have to
100%.
worry about
Climate controlled.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's comforting. You know what I mean? I drop my boat off. I know it's done right.
It means a lot to customers when they do. In speaking with them, even prior to the sale, that is a very big part of us earning that business as well. A lot of customers just aren't. It doesn't sit well when they know that their boat's going to be left on a property at a company that's not gated and it's outside. Even if it is gated and it's outside, it doesn't sit well. So I think that's to our advantage as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and none of the even electronics. I just had a Cape Horn out here get refit. new electronics, it's not uncommon. Not saying every job is expensive, but it's not uncommon to see 20, 30 grand go into an electronics job.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So when you start talking about that's how much money's in electronics, and you have your dashboard open, it's raining, everything's pouring down on the inside like that. That's a big deal, and you guys do have that facility that it is cool when you walk up to it. You know what I mean? Like I told you guys that when you opened it, I was like, that is really nice. It looks really good.
And the theft on the electronics side,
it's a big thing.
It has been a constant in the industry.
Yeah.
It hasn't improved, and it's a problem everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Ryan, on the flooring side, because I know you harbor more that way.
Yep.
Where do you see? First off, let's talk about. I think you're going to shock and awe some people when we talk about the brands. You guys are actually the OEM suppliers too. So let's talk about those brands, because I was kind of shocked and awed when jaw dropped a little bit. Yeah. We'll talk about the brands you do OEM supply flooring to for their boats.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, so we targeted our decking side, obviously, to the recreational customer, but we kind of really wanted to gear ourselves as well to an OEM business. So some of the flagship brands that we handle are Cigarette, for one. So we are the OEM supplier for Cigarette soft deck. We've done Twin V for 7 years now?
At least, yeah.
So everything for Twin V down in Fort Pierce, everything for Blackwater, Deep Impact, and hopefully a little Flats brand, a little boat brand here that you're helping us work with right now.
Yeah. No, exactly. So that
and blue water boats.
And blue water boats. That's right, blue water boats.
That's another. So not exactly in cheap brands of boats. Not
No, not at all. If they'll put in a Cigarette, then
yeah,
put it in anyway.
So, and you said, and I like that because you said we started on the recreational side. And I think that's what people need to understand. Like, this is something they can get a hold of you, and once again, boat can come to you, go inside, get charted, the whole deal installed. I know at one point we were talking about trying to schedule that. Have you figured out how to turn that into a thing where, like, hey, come in on one day, leave on? Is that, are you still trying to work on that, or is it a?
So actually, we've got that pretty well dialed in. In fact, that's our way to be most aggressive with our pricing as well. So we could schedule a customer to come in, bring the boat to us. If we don't have to move, we can give you our best pricing. Drop the boat off on a Monday. We have your colors and everything sorted out. We have your design idea done ahead of time. Scan it, cut it, install it. You're ready to use it that weekend.
That's kind of insane. That's kind of insane right
And
there.
we've also, that carries over not just with a flooring project. We had a Seakeeper ride job. Customer ended up wanting an acrylic dash. That turned into a refresh on his Garmins, right? So he upgraded to the 8600 series of Garmins because Seakeeper Ride doesn't support the 7000 series. So there was opportunities to
I'm spending the money. Let me just do it all one shot. Get this done. Get my boat back where I want it. And
the boat was dropped off on a Monday. Customer picked up on a Friday with all of that work completed.
With all that work done. So your new electronics, fresh dash, looking nice. Do the push button, all the whole deal. A fresh floor too.
Yep.
And a Seakeeper Ride install. 5 days.
So no floor on that one. It was the acrylic, the Seakeeper Ride, and the electronics, the new screens.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still, floor probably could have fit in there because
We could have made it happen.
Yeah, to be able to say, hey, I can bring you my boat. Like I said, now we're heading into season. I don't want to be without my boat, so I can literally, hey, I boated Sunday. Was at Bird Island. We were having this conversation earlier. We're at Bird Island Sunday. Dude pulls up. He's got new screens. I get jealous. I can drop it off to you potentially on a Monday. Pick it up Friday. I'm back at Bird Island that weekend.
Yep. And being a small business, that's another we can work with you. If you already got the boat on the trailer on a Sunday, call us. Just drop it off on your way home, and we'll get it done for you.
That's huge.
That we do a lot of, actually.
Yeah.
We can schedule
accommodating customers.
We
on the
don't have
weekend
hours,
for
but
a drop-off.
Yeah, exactly.
That is our
Exactly.
industry. We don't have hours.
Yep.
That's but we are also what we work on is people's hobby. We
Yep.
I have to remind myself of that because there's sometimes when the phone rings 6:45, 17 at night, and I'm like, it's after hours, but it's not after hours to them. They work all day. Yep. This is their time to play with their boat. This is their time to work on their boat, and we have to own that.
Yep.
Craig, I know you got the big pursuit. We see you out here running around all the time. Where are you boating? What are you seeing? What are you doing now? Like, what is the new? I have this conversation with everyone that comes on because it's where we have the conversation with the people that are listening. Where do you use your boat? What do you do with your boat? What has the pursuit become?
The favorite thing for me, and I think Ryan echoes this same opinion, trips to Pirates Cove and Stewart.
Okay. Oh, it's so fun.
Long weekend trips there. Beyond that, a day on the sandbar.
Yeah.
If we're not offshore fishing, which seems like we don't get to do that often enough year over year, but the sandbar.
Let's
Pirates
be clear.
Cove,
We're offshore drowning bait.
Yeah, it happens.
Beyond all of that stuff, we only get a chance to do the Bahamas once a year.
Yeah.
Last year we were fortunate enough to do 2 trips.
Yep.
But yeah, Marker 24.
Oh,
that
yes.
actually has become one of my new favorite spots.
Great spot.
It is. It is. It really is. They got a great
to pull
eating
up to
spot.
and to
Everything
eat. The
there.
food is
Yeah.
great.
Yep. They just got live music playing. The whole
Yep,
deal.
Yep, and they've invested a lot of money into that place, and
Yeah.
they continue to do so. So
I don't know if it's the owner or not. And I'm in the gym up in Merritt Island every morning at about 5 a.m.
Mhm.
And there's a younger, fairly buff-looking dude that's always walking to the gym wearing a Mark 24 shirt. And I want to walk up to him and be like, I don't wear my Anchorage shirt to the gym, but I want him to be like, yo, dude, like he's got to work there, I guess. I've never met the guy. I don't know. It might be him. And I'm glad you said that, Craig, because one of the things, it seems like the majority of the boats we sell is strictly short-distance sandbar boat. But there is still that market for those guys that want to run down to Stewart, that do the Bahamas trips, and that's kind of that's kind of good to see. And I like seeing people that use their boat differently than 90% of the people out here, and that is a big deal. I want to circle back real fast. I thought about something. We talked about you guys being able to bring the boat inside and do that, but they don't have to do that. Like I have you guys here, like because my customers don't have trailers. You can come to the marina. You can go to their house. You can do whatever. You can scan, install remotely too, as far as the flooring stuff's concerned. Obviously, you can do Seakeeper Ride. I don't know if you want to do it remotely unless you have to, because like the big stuff we do here.
I try to avoid doing any of the Seakeeper Ride stuff offsite.
Yeah.
I try to avoid doing any of the acrylic stuff offsite. So from the Seakeeper Ride to the acrylic to the electronics, we're gonna push very hard this year to kind of keep that stuff contained at the shop. But in certain situations,
like a 38-foot pursuit,
we will be flexible and see what we can do in those situations.
Gotcha.
Ultimately, the end goal is, as the ride jobs start to ramp up more and more, which it already is, to set ourselves up a little more efficiently in doing field offsite jobs.
Gotcha.
Well,
big boats and stuff. Obviously, like I said, you just, what was how big was that pursuit? A 38?
That was a 38. Yeah, and that's where when we started to advertise that we were a dealer for Seakeeper Ride, we were really just targeting the smaller center console boats, the dual consoles.
Yeah.
As we've done more and more, Seakeeper Ride has now found the trust in us to also funnel all their leads in this service area. Not just this service area, but north of us as well.
That's good.
So I was going far north as Daytona, as far south as Stewart.
Gotcha.
We're getting leads from those areas because they're calling dealers that are already established, but not getting the phone call back.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting more and more phone calls for larger boats. Today it was a Horizon 61.
Wow.
At Scorpion Marine.
Gotcha.
And then at Cape Marine, same trip, a 38 Lures Open.
I like that.
So these boats are being quoted on the largest of the systems they have. They have the 1500 millimeter system, and then they have the Lures. He's going to be spec'd for a 900 millimeter system. So very big jobs.
Yep.
So a lot will need to be considered there in how I price those jobs out, because they're going to be a lot different.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot that's on a trailer coming to the shop. You have the additional costs of the marina, the dry storage, the daily rates, the haul out, the launch.
That's all part of it.
And all those prices can vary considerably between here at Anchorage and prices at the port.
We're usually pretty cheap in comparison to some of the
you
others.
guys have some of the best prices here.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm glad you said that too, because that's something that we fight in this industry a lot. Just the marine industry as a whole is. I feel like I talk to customers every day that they can't get anyone to call them back.
Yeah.
Like they're physically calling, attempting to spend money with somebody, and they don't get a phone call back. And it's like, how is that like? But that shows that I don't know. I guess this industry does breed lazy people, because but we are rare. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many auto shops are there up and down the road versus marine service centers? Like, we are rare.
And, I mean, that's literally our origin story.
It is. Yeah. It is. Coming from the customer service side of things, implementations of new projects in the healthcare space, that was at the forefront of what Ryan and I did. And we're not perfect at it.
No,
right?
no one is. No one is.
I can't tell you how many times we...
I am. You're not.
I was waiting for it.
I get it. You set yourself up. You set up for that one.
But yeah, we strive on just that customer service aspect of it.
Yeah.
anybody can do what we're doing. It's how you manage that relationship that we think we do a very good job at.
And I always flip it as I tell people all the time, like, I'll have someone in here in the sales office, something, and they'll be like, well, how do I know? I'm like, Ben, you got to understand, like, you said best. I'm at the sandbar. I'm hanging out. Like, I have to, every deal I do, you're the same way. There's a real chance I'm going to be sitting in the sandbar one day and you're going to pull up next to me. So I better make sure I made you happy, because otherwise I got to deal with you yelling at me, my wife, whoever I have with me on the boat. So and that's why I like the local aspect of all this, and why I want the local biz, because there's more to, heaven forbid there's a problem, Seakeeper ride issue, a floor peeling issue, that's part of the job. I don't have to call some guy in, I don't know, Tampa, St. Pete, or wherever to go get this fixed. I can literally, hey guys, you got a piece? Yeah, I can bring it by. You know what I'm saying? We're right there. We can help. We can do that. And I think that's a big deal. And it also keeps us honest customer service, because realistically, they can come to the knock on the front door. They can pull up next to us on a boat. They can float up here at the dock. Like, we have to be on our game.
And honestly, we see that as an opportunity. I mean, at the end of the day, what I tell every customer is, can I promise you won't have a problem with us? I can't. No. But what I can promise is give us an opportunity to make it right.
We'll stand behind it.
And some of our best customers, were jobs that, frankly, didn't start great. But take the opportunity, make it right, and they brought us multiple boats after that.
All right, guys. Anything? What do we got? Where could we find you? Customers are out there. They're seeing. I know we got the Merritt Island Boat Show coming up. I haven't even touched on that yet. That's going to be. I got Aaron coming back on. I was trying to get Jeff and Betsy to come on so we can talk about that, because that's roughly a month away. I haven't even launched. We do have another Merritt Island Boat Show coming back. I don't have to go to Orlando or Tampa or wherever to go to a boat show. But we do have Orlando next weekend.
Yep, we'll be there.
This will probably air next Wednesday, so it would technically be this weekend to these guys, because they'll probably see this Wednesday. After that, we got Vero. You guys coming to Vero?
We will be at Vero Beach.
Vero, and then
as well as Merritt Island.
And then Merritt Island the very next weekend. So I think it's Vero is like the 11th and 12th, and then Merritt Island's like the 18th, 19th. Like, it's literally weekend.
Yep.
So they can come kind of guys there. I know you've usually got your boat there for a display.
For the Merritt Island show and for the Vero Beach show, I'll have the boat there on display. We'll also have a Seakeeper ride demo display as well.
I like that.
Yeah. So we'll have that also for the Orlando show.
And if you guys have been thinking about Seakeeper ride, go see that. Like, I didn't understand it. He could tell me about it. That I can watch the videos. That's cool. When you watch how fast these things move, like, it's not what you think it is. Unless you know what it is, it doesn't work how you think it does. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it like 30 times a second this thing can move, or some crazy amount of you watch they go nuts.
It is.
I pay no attention to the metrics that they share on it, because none of that means anything to anyone, I think, who's just trying to have a more comfortable boat.
Yes.
But we have it on two boats. We have it on the Pursuit, and we have it on Ryan's Action Craft.
Yep.
So doing a demo is the best way for someone to really and truly experience how effective the Seakeeper ride system is.
So I won't put the manufacturer on blast, as a matter. I sold a used boat for a customer that had a Seakeeper ride. Big name boat, okay? 28-footer. This boat, I don't know if it's a hull design flaw issue. I'm sure it was fixed pre-Seakeeper ride using trim tabs or something along those lines. But when the system was off, this boat rode like this. Like, the boat just listed right, twin 300s. The boat would sit there and just kind of cruise like this. And all I had to do was reach down, just hit the S. Just hit the button, and the boat just sat there. And then I'm going through big wave stuff on those lines. And obviously you go over the water, but she doesn't bounce. She doesn't pound. The boat would just, and she just keep going. Like, it was a total, on a hull that I will tell you, I don't believe there's either a design flaw or a weight issue in the boat or something along those lines. The Seakeeper ride made that a non-issue. You did not even know that was a thing. Like, it did. If I hadn't turned the system off to show them how it worked, I wouldn't have known it existed in the boat.
That's one of the hard things when you're doing a demo. They're like, oh, the boat ride's great. Right. Let me turn it off.
Yeah. The problem with the listing with the boat when the system is off too, I'm finding that to be more and more common across even some of the top brands.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had it on an Invincible. We had it on a CV. On my boat, if you turn the system off, it will list to one side. It's very sensitive to wind direction and weight.
Yeah.
Right. With everyone in the middle of the boat and you're going into the wind, or you have the wind behind you and the boat is still listing, seems to be quite common.
So they'll probably show you that even before the Seakeeper ride, they were probably dialing some static tab in the boat to kind of make that a non-issue.
Yeah.
But in doing so, we're affecting efficiency. Because I tell people all the time, people ask me all the time on a boat that doesn't have to ride, I'm like, how do I use my trim tabs? I'm like, the optimum way is you don't. Like, if you're running with tab, you're taking a piece of metal and shoving it into the water. I'm hurting fuel efficiency. I'm hurting top speed, like that. So if I have to run tab down, or I had the tabs somehow or another engineered to solve that problem, that was costing me efficiency where the Seakeeper Ride might actually find that efficiency because it's only going to be needed.
So you
when it's needed.
certainly have far more efficiency on fuel with the Seakeeper Ride system when you compare it to a boat with
Standard trim
traditional tabs. Yeah, and I say that because you don't have nearly as much drag.
Yeah, they're only just
with the
off the
ride
back
system.
of the boat.
They only travel an inch.
Yeah.
Right. And when they do travel for that inch, it's only for a microsecond because it's creating that cupping effect of water to create the lift that the boat needs.
Yeah.
And all of that's being calculated by the computer, pitch, roll, and yaw. So the system is just incredible.
Okay.
So.
And touching on that again, I think a lot of people think of the Seakeeper Ride system on some of these larger boats. I've got a tiny skiff.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, for these skinny water boats, it's a game changer. Little 16-foot skiff, super wet ride all the time. I put that thing on, and last weekend we had what was 2.5 foot little rollers here in the.
It was ugly out there. Yeah.
I was eating it dry
Yeah.
in a 16-foot boat with what feels like 2 inches of freeboard, and complete game changer. And the hole shot. That's another thing. Action crafts are notorious for a terrible hole shot.
Tickle.
It just drags. Full deployment, way better.
Okay, that's good. I wouldn't have even thought about that.
Yep.
All right, so we've talked flooring, dashes, electronics, the Seakeeper Ride. What else is there? Is there anything else you guys are getting involved in? What's the future? What's the...
So yeah, there's something that we want to get going probably by summer, after summer. So maybe around Q3, maybe even into Q4. We're going to start organizing some trips with customers.
I got you.
Seakeeper Ride customers, decking customers, electronics customers.
I like that.
Just to go back on what you said, more in the community.
And get people using their boats.
And creating more little destination trips.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places that customers don't realize that it's really easy to get there.
Yeah.
Like, a trip down to Stewart.
Yeah.
So we're going to start some planning of that and probably do some marketing around it at some point. But right now it's just going to be, some of our best customers.
Yep.
So it's safe to say they need to become a Marine Customs customer before fall.
There you go. I like that.
I like that. Guys, okay, they've heard you. They want to talk. How do they find you? Where are we looking? How do I get a hold of you?
On the website, marinecustoms.net. Calling into our main line, 321-392-5539.
5539.
We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We haven't done anything on YouTube, but we probably need to start.
We should start
creating some video content.
I think that Ariana's problem.
Ariana's doing that. I think she's messing around with TikTok at this point.
But I can't. If you'd have told me that at 41 years old I'd be selling boats on TikTok, I kid you not. You can ask Ken. I literally just sold a Bonita of all things on TikTok.
I need to get that.
Yeah, that's my second sale, 100% on TikTok.
That's incredible.
It's nuts.
That's awesome.
I shouldn't even say that here because my competition would be like, "Oh, I'm getting on TikTok." But I have legitimately now sold 2 boats. 100% found me and talked to me and saw me on TikTok.
That's awesome.
So that is a marketing venue now.
Yeah, so we have a lot of work to do in that area on the social media side of things, but Ariana's been doing a hell of a job for us in that space. So yeah, we're just going to continue to grow and push everything that we've been offering as a product and service.
And if you can't get a hold of Craig, because apparently he's not perfect at it, get a hold of me. I'll get you to Ryan because he's really good at it.
We'll take care of it. Promise the callback.
All right, guys. So Orlando, Vero, Merritt Island, or at marinecustoms.net.
Yep. And some soon-to-be coming events, demo days.
Some soon-to-be demo days, stuff along those lines. Guys, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you at a show. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.